Friday, baby. It's Friday. I'm ready to get my weekend started. Man, I guess I don't get far this morning. Where are my keys? Morning. Morning, Brent. How you doing, man? Oh, it's Friday. Friday, ready to get my day started. What's up, Cruz? What's up, Cruz? How you doing? Ready to get my day started, man. It's Friday. Ready to get my day started. I'm ready for the weekend. That's good. I'm doing good. I'm glad y'all doing great, man. Like I said, today Friday. It's gonna be a good day. We gonna get this money. Man, when we get off, we gonna party. We gonna pour us a little drink. We gonna get us a little cigar. Whatever day, whatever week, whatever day, or whatever day of the week that you was feeling stressed, we gonna erase all of that. Cause you know why? Cause today Friday. We gonna get this money. We gonna get off. And we gonna enjoy life. We gonna enjoy the fruits of our labor. Hi, can you please say my name? Kimberly Beers. What's good? Is that how you say it? Kimberly Beers? I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, this week has been pretty busy for me. I've been getting in on some overtime, so where do you work at the police department? Um, I actually work in the courthouse, in civil courts. Maybe 2 years ago, you probably would have called me. Probably would call me in patrol. I was in patrol for 6 years on Charlie shift. Charlie shift was what I considered the fun shift. Yeah, it's dangerous, but on night show, we had fun. We all work with each other. We all enjoyed the hunting of catching bad guys, breaking into cars and all this stuff. So Charlie shift was the fun shift for us, but after a while, age catch up to you. Then new guys start coming on. Got to get them trained up, thinking they know everything when they first get on, and like I said, the laws have changed, so a lot of things that changed wasn't really in our favor. So that's probably one of the probably one of the main reasons why I left patrol and I just decided to come to civil courts. Because like I said, a lot of these laws that changed wasn't really in our favor. But I can't put the blame on on our officials, for making these changes. Because like I said, a lot of these changes, far as the law, is due to unfortunately, to some of my counterparts and who haven't really been upholding the badge, the laws and the integrity or whatever the case may be. So I do apologize on their behalf. That kind of puts good officers like myself and others in the bind when it comes to doing our job. And like I said, like I said, that's probably one of the reasons why I left patrol. Because like I said, a lot of the laws have changed, and it wasn't really in our favor. And I just saw what law enforcement was becoming. So I was like, you know what? I just figured it was just time for me to get out and just get out the streets and just and just to do some work in civil courts. And like I said, I still do my job. I still meet new people. I'm still courteous. It just I'm just in the courthouse. Hey Clay, Cruz. No, I'm not on a lunch break. Actually, my shift starts at 8:30, so I'm just here extra early. I just try to beat the traffic, so I'm just here extra early. Like I said, our roll call starts at 8:30, so I'm just here passing time, I guess, until no time for roll call. So but the time that I was in patrol, I did enjoy being out there on the streets, helping people, catching the bad guys. And yes, I've seen a lot of things in my 6 years in patrol. Yeah, I've seen dead bodies, I've seen people shot, I've had to perform CPR on a lot of people. Chance. Oh, okay, my bad, Chance. Yeah, with it, like my 1 year that I was on my own, um, during my during my training phase, like when I was finally cut loose, like even within that 1 year of me being cut loose, like I've seen a whole lot, I've done a whole lot within that 1 year span of time. And like I said, I've been in patrol for 6 years. I've seen it all. And like I said, I've seen people shot, or I've seen people ran over, I've seen people committed. Well, I haven't seen it, but I pull up on the scene to a suicide, and yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think I've seen way too much that I really pray and hope that none of you guys ever have to see. But yeah, that's crazy. And then to top that off, I don't know if y'all if you remember the last live that I did. I know I was explaining to a couple of people. You would think that I would be traumatized from seeing all of this stuff, but what really has traumatized me, last year I lost my 3-month-old son. He had a heart disease, but I've seen, like, out of all those things that I've seen in patrol, like I said, I think there has been a lot on me watching my 3-month-old son being performed on, far as him trying to be resuscitated. And like I said, they did all they could. And like I said, he no, he didn't. He went. I guess what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say, he went so often without oxygen to the brain while they were trying to perform CPR on him. So he was pretty much pronounced brain dead. Like I said, they trying to get that blood flow to the brain. Blood gives off oxygen to the brain. So they did all they could. So my apologies. My apologies, Cruz. I didn't mean to make you want to cry or try to make you cry, but yeah, all that but all the things that I've seen in patrol, like I said, from performing CPR on people who've gone, and from seeing lifeless bodies laying on the street, but it was an entirely different feeling, seeing your 3-month-old son laying on the table, as they performing CPR on him. And of course, they tried to get me to go to another room, but I was like, no, I was here with him when he was born, and I'm gonna be right here with him. If it, like I said, if it means him, it'll be my last time seeing him. So, uh, have you been shot before? No, I have not been shot before. Praise God. And have I had some close calls to where I had to put my gun out on people? Yes, I have. I've had there were times where I did have to put my gun out on people. So, but like I said, it was a thing before I started my shift, like even before I left my home. Of course, I made sure my wife and kids were safe, before I left, and I always said a prayer that, hey, God, I pray that I never have to pull my weapon, and God, if I do have to pull out my weapon, I pray I never have to pull the trigger. And like I said, I used to say that prayer every day when I went to work, and even to this day, even while I'm in civil courts, I still say that prayer that I never have to pull my weapon, and if I do have to pull it, I just pray I never have to pull the trigger. That's good. Do you be scared? Honestly, if I told you that I was not scared, um, I would probably be lying to you, because there's always that fear of what if this happens to me, and how would my wife and kids be okay when I'm gone? You do think about that stuff, but even in that present moment, so you have to put that to the side, and you got a job to do, and you just revert back to your training. You just take a deep breath and remember your training, and everything is fine. Now, let my coworkers tell it. They say that I appear to look like I'm not scared. They always say that I'm calm. You know, but like I said, it's just one of those. Yeah, sometimes fear will kick in, but at the same time, you got to realize that you got the people next to you who you work with that got your back too, and their lives being put on the line too. So long as your partners got your back, sometimes the adrenaline kicks in, but sometimes that fear, it will go away. Like, okay, I'm in this. My partner's here with me. They got my back. We going in. We gonna do what we gotta do to make it back home. But we're gonna make sure we do it the right and correct way, and make sure it's within policy. And we're gonna make sure that we're not violating anyone's civil rights or anything like that. So, oh, Cruz, you fine. Like I said, that's why we going live, baby. Like I said, we chatting. And matter of fact, like I said, I'm just passing time. Like I said, my roll call starts at 8:30, so I'm here just kicking it, chilling, and but yeah, but like I said, I enjoy what I do. I really do enjoy what I do. Like I said, I enjoy helping people. Say you the best, you too. It's 8:41. Oh well, Chance, it's you are an hour ahead of us. We are an hour behind here in Tennessee. Yep. You are the best. So, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Even I mean, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I consider myself a YouTuber just yet, but I mean, I guess technically, I guess I am, due to the fact that I honestly I use this platform more than I do any other social media platform. Like I said, I enjoy YouTube due to the fact I enjoy talking and interacting with people that I don't know. Versus on Instagram and Instagram and Facebook. Like I said, I have those platforms, but it's really people that I know. So it's really kind of, it's not as enjoyable, talking to people that you know versus talking to people that I don't know. I enjoy talking to people I don't know on YouTube versus I do using any other social media platform. But like I said, when you go on Facebook and Instagram, it's people that you know. When you go live, people be like, and I know my initial thought is, oh, okay, such and such going live again. Okay, okay, bye. But you know, Cruz, I had TikTok. I had mixed emotions about TikTok, right? It was like hit and miss. And it's like I could never understand the algorithm for TikTok. Cause like I said, I would post like like some clips of some things that I talk about, and it's like hit and miss. It's like you get a lot of views, and then the next day you post the same thing, and it's like you don't get as many views at all as you did previously before. But you posting the same content, so you like, okay, so what's going on? So it's like, yeah, TikTok was like hit and miss for me. And don't get me wrong, I love YouTube too, but sometimes YouTube, I'm still learning YouTube. So it's like I'm still learning things to, you know, to talk, to post, and things to talk about, that gain viewers' attentions and stuff. But like I said, I wouldn't say YouTube is hit and miss for me, but I guess I'm still learning it. I'm still learning YouTube at the same time. But like I said, I enjoy YouTube more than any other platform that I've used. Like I said, I enjoy going live on YouTube and interacting with you all. Like I said, I don't know you all personally, and that what makes it more comfortable for me to have conversations. It's okay, Cruz. Like I said, I appreciate you joining my live, and like I said, I'll probably leave in a little bit, but hopefully I go live again. I get to see you, or when you go live, I get to tune into your channel. But like I said, you be safe. It's Friday. You have a good day. If you're going to work, be safe on your way getting there. And like I said, I hope your day be great, and your day is going to be great. And like I said, when you get off, make sure you enjoy life, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Woo-wee. Excuse me. Thank you, Cruz. You take care. You be safe. God bless you too, my friend. All right. Well, I'm probably about to get ready to get off in a little bit myself, so I can go ahead and get myself prepared for work. I do. See you later, Cruz. I do need to go ahead and be putting my gear on. Like I said, I gotta turn in some. I gotta turn in some paperwork from yesterday. Like I said, I worked some overtime yesterday, and I've been working overtime pretty much all this week. So it's been kind of exhausting week for me, but hey, overtime is overtime, so I get the money. I get the money and go home, decompress, get myself together, and I do it all over again. But sometimes what I do is not always about the money. Like I said, sometimes I just enjoy interacting with people. And like I said, law enforcement is not for everybody. Like I said, it's really not. But honestly, to tell you the truth, most of you all wouldn't even believe me if I was to tell you that I'm really an introvert. I am honestly a introvert. I really am. But law enforcement really forces you to. If law enforcement really forces you to interact with people, like you have to interact with people. So and so in a way, I am still kind of an introvert, but I do, like I said, enjoy, being around people, and I do enjoy talking to people. So that's why I enjoy law enforcement. Like I said, I always meet new people, whether they're in trouble or whether they just looking for some kind of courtesy, or like I said, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I do, and like I said, this is definitely something that I did not go to college for. Like I said, I went to college to study political science, public administration, but like I said, it's just life. You don't always get the career that you want, but um, law enforcement caught my attention. Like I said, I couldn't get the career I wanted in my field of study, but hey, like I said, I went to law enforcement, and like I said, it served me well. I enjoyed it, and I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything about it. So like I said, I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with what I do, and that's all that matters. Like I said, I'm not a millionaire. I didn't inherit riches or anything. I wasn't left a trust fund. And like I said, I come from a married household. My mom and dad been married 40 years, and like I said, my dad worked his butt off, to make sure everything was paid for, everything was provided, and he saw to it, to make sure, we got our education. So I couldn't ask no more. I couldn't ask no more than that. So like I said, I'm married myself, and looking I was looking up to my mom and dad's marriage, and their marriage was pretty much the foundation, of what I wanted my marriage, to be, and pretty much they laid the foundation of who I am today. So I'm happy, I'm proud about that. So always be happy with yourself, love yourself, and like I said, no one's not gonna do it for you. So like I said, you gotta find that purpose in life. You know, hey, like I said, what time is it now? Oh, it's 7:50. See, I said I was gonna get off 10 minutes ago, but like I see, hey, I enjoy talking to y'all. It's 7:50 here in Tennessee, and like I said, I have to be in roll call at 8:30, so I'm probably it's about to go ahead and get my gear on, go ahead and get my stuff together. And for those who watching, like I said, today Friday, we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna go ahead and get this money. Like I said, when we get off, we're gonna enjoy the fruits of our labor. How long it take for you to get your girl on? No, it don't take long. It don't take long at all. Matter of fact, I'll show you in a little bit.
going on?
Anything simple for you, just go through these doors.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
No problem. What's good? Yeah. Always keep a trauma kit with you. Got my trauma kit. I forgot to tell you, they ain't gonna let you in early just yet, but
Yeah, I just got to because it's 8, right?
yeah,
Thank you, man.
no problem. Morning, morning. Good. Sheriff was good. Grab my keys. All right, y'all, I'm in the courthouse. Gotta get my key. Oh, okay, hold on. I know what I need to do first. I need to, gotta turn in my paperwork from yesterday, y'all. I gotta get my overtime money. Gotta get my paperwork turned in. I'll just sit here trying to get this radio together. Chance, you still with me?
Going down.
All right, y'all. Like I said, I am in the courthouse. I'm gonna have to end this live because don't want to reveal too much about this building, and I don't want to get in trouble. So it was a pleasure talking to you all. I'll let y'all be safe. Like I said, today's Friday. We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna get the money. We're gonna enjoy life. We're gonna get us a couple of drinks or cigar. What that you do? Good morning.